Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us on our Tuesday cycle training. Tonight, Nada is going to share about sharing your pain. And it's just, it's really a great way to relate. Somebody's going to relate to that, right? And getting on their island as well. So Nada, if you'd like to take over.
Absolutely. I have to say that when I heard this little bit that Alan did for the Wisdom Builder Weekly for his team, I realized that I had a similar situation happen recently, whereas one of my promoters who has had some challenges and had setbacks in her business, and she said to me, oh yeah, but what? Oh yeah, but you're already a 3 Ruby, you're making lots of money, you can spend time, you have time freedom, and it's easy for you. And I sat back and I thought to myself, I have to go back to see what I did and how easy it was for me, because I tell you, it wasn't easy. And then I shared my pain. I said, do you know what? I said, I was working 10-hour days. I was in court of my days off. I was tired. I was exhausted. Sometimes I didn't even go home, especially when I was driving downtown Toronto, living up north in the country. I was crashing on people's couches, sleeping at my nonas. I was sleeping on the floor in the Neolife office because I wanted to grow my Neolife business. And I had this vision, had this goal, and it wasn't easy, but I had this passion and I had the drive. And she said, oh, I didn't know that. So then I thought, you know what? People need to know that, many of us have come from places where it didn't come easy, but we enjoyed our journey, right? Because we were having fun. We were helping people. I looked forward to the Neolife meetings. I looked forward to being around positive, happy, like-minded people, because I worked in a very negative environment. So, when I share that with people, it kind of makes them feel like, oh, that's kind of like me, whether it be they're happy with their job, whether it be, they're uncomfortable with what's going on at home. So I think it's really important. So Alan does share some a few tips and some examples that we're going to listen to. And then maybe we can share some other examples on how we can share our pain, just to help people understand and how we can get them on our island. Okay, we always say that, get people on your island, get them feeling comfortable. Okay, so let's listen to Alan.
About the importance, it's a topic we've talked about before, but I don't think we talk near enough about. I know I don't do near as good, and Nicole and I both feel this way. We don't do near as good a job of this as we should. So I felt like it bears bringing to the front of the stage, so to speak, this morning and talking to you all about it. And that is the topic of sharing our pain and our struggles and our challenges in a positive way, excited about the future, not just spewing negativity out there for the world and laying it, at everybody's feet, not talking about that, but doing it wisely. And so, when Nicole and others have trained at retreats and, others have done videos on how to share your story, there's, as we know, and I'm not going to go into the 4 parts of sharing our story, but I will just remind you, actually, I'll just throw it up on the screen just to, oops, wrong click there. It would be that one. Let's see here if I can do this quickly for you. Here we go. So I'll throw it up here on the screen just to remind everybody. And if somebody's new and they're going, what's the 4 parts of sharing your story? There it is. Okay, we've talked about that before. Sharing our background, name, occupation, basic stuff about us. Number 2, sharing the pain or the problem. That's what I want to focus on today. Number 3, sharing the solution that we found. And number 4, the future. How do we see the future, right? So the pain and the problem is what I want to zero in on. And it's something that, again, I don't think gets near enough talked about, okay? So where am I? I want to give you some examples real quick so that it's not just, hypothetical. I mean, this is hypothetical examples, but let me give you an example of talking about a health situation like weight loss. And I want to tell you, I want to go through like sharing my story of weight loss. This is a hypothetical story about weight loss I'm going to use because it applies to so many people. And I want to do it in a way that I don't really bring out the pain very well. In fact, I won't even bring out the pain at all, just to make a point. Okay, so I want you to listen to me and really see how well you connect with me. See how well you connect with my story, okay? When I tell you that, and I'm going to skip the first one, background, because we already know each other. We're acquaintances, we're coworkers, we're friends, we're whatever. I don't need to tell you my name, my occupation, where I live. You already know that. So we can skip right past number one of the 4 parts to telling our story. We go right to 2, and it's the pain. But if I skip over the pain, then I would be to number 3. And I'm going to tell you the solution and how excited I am that I found this product that has helped me lose 30 pounds in 60 days. And it's just amazing. It's incredible. It tastes good. It's healthy. It doesn't have a bunch of artificial junk in it. It has all 22 amino acids, which is important for not only muscle building, but a whole host of other things, even immunity. I mean, so amazing, incredible. The company's legit, spotless track record, never had any false claims. They manufacture their own products under an FDA pharmaceutical license issued by the FDA. Amazing, right? And the future is so bright because I've lost 30 pounds. I feel great. I fit in my clothes. I'm amazing. You're amazing. We're amazing. I feel amazing. We're all good. That may be exciting for some people to hear me say, but very few people connect with that. On the other hand, if I really bring out the pain, and you're one of the 70% of Americans that's overweight or obese, and I tell you that, you know what, so-and-so, it's been really painful struggling with weight. I mean, it's been painful financially, continuing to buy larger and larger clothes. You know anyone that has ever struggled with that? It's killing me. I mean, it's affected my confidence. It's amazing. It's like just knowing I'm 30 pounds overweight has just completely, sad to say, destroyed my confidence in so many areas of life. You know, I even like worry sometimes. Like I look at these disease statistics and stuff, and it's like, dude, 50% of the population is going to get cancer in their lifetime. And I'm sitting here, 30 pounds overweight. That's 15% over my body weight. And I mean, I just know I'm setting myself up to be like one of the statistics. It'd be crazy if I wasn't, and my joints hurt more. I mean, I remember when it didn't hurt to go jog a mile. Now it hurts to walk to the mailbox. It's painful. And I don't want to live like this anymore. I really don't. It's too hard. And it's not fair to my wife. And it's surely not fair to my kids. And it's not fair to my future grandkids because I want to roll around and play with them. And you know what? I'm so excited because, I drilled in on the pain. And I'm so excited because I found something. Now, here's the scenario. Some of you are going, well, I haven't lost the weight yet. Or if it's a business testimonial, I'm not full-time Neolife yet, or I'm not on the other side of whatever the challenge is, right? Doesn't matter. Let's say I haven't lost 1 pound yet. I just started today. But what's so exciting in this story is I found products that actually are clinically proven and tested to work and safe. I don't have to go that much into the solution at this point, because if you're one of the 70% that needs to lose weight and it's heavy on your heart too, we've already connected. You connected with me in the pain, right? So all I have to do is say, I'm so excited. I've got friends that had so much success with this. I mean, one friend's lost 250 pounds, another friend 100. I mean, another, tons of stories. And I'm just so excited about the future and where we're heading. Like I finally have hope. I don't have to just go from fad diet to fad diet that let me down and, lose 5 to gain back 10 every single time, and so that's so important. I just keep realizing more and more how important that is. Now, if you've already lost the 30 pounds and you have no more weight to lose, or you've lost the 300 pounds and you have no more weight to lose, or whatever, you are full-time in Neolife now and are a quote unquote financial success story in the business and don't have this major pain of this job and coworkers and the 8 to 5 and all the other pains that maybe we used to have financially. it's what was I saying? If you're already on the other side of the challenge, what was my point? Then going back and sharing the pain of whatever the challenge used to be is going to be super powerful. And I have an example of this, okay, from our own life. But if you're not on the other side, I guess what I want to say, so everyone on this call is either feeling like I'm on the other side. Yeah, I was low on energy and now I have energy, or, you know, I was in debt and now we've paid off our debt thanks to the Neolife business, or whatever the thing is, you're on the other side. And a lot of you aren't on the other side. You still are climbing the mountain of whatever that thing is, right? The challenge, the pain. Regardless of which camp you're in, share the pain. Okay, that's my message to you this morning. Share it well, share it vulnerably, share it openly, share it passionately. Why can you do it positively though? You can do it positively because you have hope in a brighter future, because you have number 3. Let me share my screen again. There it is. Why can you really drill into number 2? Because you have 3 and 4. You have a solution. And if you don't believe it's a solution to your financial problems and your geographic limitations of where you've got to live because of your job, or your time limitations and the lack of time freedom, or your energy problems, or your weight problems, or your whatever problems, if you don't believe it's a solution to that, then we need to have a whole nother conversation. But I think you all believe it's a solution to that. So that's why this can be shared so positively. And we don't have to worry about drilling into the pain too much and losing people. In fact, that's where we're going to gain people. Okay. In my first scenario where I didn't talk about the pain, I went on and on about how amazing Neolife was, and all of it was true, right? But you're not going to connect with me near as good as me drilling into the pain. Okay. Now, on the business, same thing. You know, I've had fun watching how on my stories, just experimenting on Instagram and Facebook on my stories, how I'll get maybe, I don't know, 300 to 700 views on a story, just kind of on average. And when I first kind of shared a story, because that was what was happening in my life back in May, was we started renovating this house, and like we were getting views of like way over 1,000, you know, it was like substantially percentage wise more. I'm like, wow, a lot of people like seeing home renovation stuff. So I thought, well, I'll share it, right? So here I am 5-6 months later, we're living in our new house. And from the outside, if somebody doesn't know our story and doesn't know I've lost a brother, lost a sister, lost a dad, lost a mom, essentially, even though their hearts are still beating, the parents, and a lot of other things, challenges with children, financial challenges in the past, qualifying for food stamps 15 years ago, a lot of stuff we've been through, moved 22 times in 29 years. Yeah, we've had our challenges, and it goes on. And we still have challenges. But here's the thing. Most people don't know that. And it dawned on me the other day, it's like this house has taken so much time. It's so good to be back full-time Neolife, and we're fired up and rocking it, and it's so much fun, you guys. But like Nicole and I did a little Facebook Live together about a week ago, and I titled it, what did I title it? How losing my job led to freedom, or how getting fired led to freedom. Did you know I got fired? I got fired at 34 years old. I had a $60,000 job or something like that, being a superintendent for a construction company guy. And he fired me because I asked him if I could build a home on the side. And he said, yeah, no problem. So I started building a home on the side, and then he got ticked off that I built a home on the side, and he fired me. That's the story. But anyway, it was shocking. A wife, 6 kids, no job 15 years ago, broke, no savings, nothing. We moved across country. We walked away from everything. Anyway, so it dawned on me, I'm like, you know what, Nicole, we're here at the beach. We're at the beach house. All people see on social media, especially lately, is that we own a beach house. And yeah, we got this great house that's been renovated. And, you know, I've been showing a lot of that. And again, I told you why, people are enjoying it and it's fun. And I'm sitting here going, we've got a lot of pain we could share, you know, and we need to do a better job doing this. And we will draw people in. It's our story. It's just real life. And like, we can share the glory, but we got to share all of the story, and we got to do a better job weaving this all in through positive messaging, though, through positive messaging. And if you're listening to me and you're saying, well, that's great, you can go share all the dirt you want because you live in an amazing house and you got a beautiful wife and you got a nice family and you drive nice cars and you got a beach house and all that stuff. I'm not there. It doesn't matter. I mean, arguably it could be better if you don't have all that stuff. I mean, we've seen people go from 0 PV to 25,000 PV in 2 years as they lost 100 pounds over that 2 years. Okay. That's what can happen if you've got a major challenge in front of you and you're willing to share the pain as you go through it and draw people in to your story. Okay. So arguably, I could argue both sides. I don't know what's more powerful, to be on the other side and go back and share the pain, or to be in the middle of the pain. But anyway, like I said on the video, the live video Nicole and I did, we're still in the middle of challenges, and challenges never end. So it's not like, oh, one day I'm going to get to this point where, you know, somebody else is and the pain and the challenges are gone and we're smooth sailing till the day we die. Does not happen. If anybody thinks that, hate to break your bubble, but it's better to know now than later. It will never get there. You will never, ever, ever be on the other side of pain and challenges. The only difference is, as I said in the live video, when is the next challenge coming? Trial, challenge, pain, whatever you want to call it. When is the next one coming? What's the magnitude of it going to be, right? And how am I going to walk through it? How am I going to handle it? Because it's coming. And also when things are good, like right now, things are good for us. I'm thinking, am I preparing? Because it's coming. I don't know if it's a child. I don't know if it's a health challenge. I don't know if it's a business challenge. I don't know if it's a COVID challenge. I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking I better be preparing in every way, with my health, with my mindset, with my business, being in the Word, getting myself prepared while I'm very positive about the future. Okay. Side point. So I hope is this making sense? Is this all making sense? Okay. I feel like I'm a little all over the place, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm on my last page of notes. We'll see. I'm not even looking at my notes. Let's see what I got going on. So if you don't have a story yet, because I know that's got to be in some people's mind. I think hopefully I cover that, and I'll wrap this up here soon and open it up. So we'll have, we've got 11 minutes left. We'll have time to ask questions or comments if you'd like. I may not have the answers, but let's see. Oh, I think I've covered this. This is in my notes. If you share the pain, if you share the pain, but you don't have the solution yet because you haven't lost the weight yet, or you haven't achieved whatever level of financial freedom you think you need to achieve or whatever, you share someone else's, did I say this already? Share somebody else's solution. I'm so excited. I found the solution, and yeah, I've got 30 pounds to lose and I'm starting the journey. Matter of fact, I joined the 30-day challenge. You want to join it with me? And by the way, we're going to have success. I'm confident of it because I know so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so story. And in fact, I'll show you their stories in a Facebook group. What's Jim saying? I lost 25 pounds this year and have 25 more to go. Okay, it's going too fast for me to read. I love the comments. Keep them coming. I just can't keep up with them, and I'm too one-track mind. So, okay, so I wanted to tie this in with, as I start to wrap this up, is social media. Can I challenge us all to get better at social media? I have an acquaintance, a friend, a Facebook friend, someone I talk to, someone I've never met, but we're friends, that I think you've heard me talk about this. I talked about it at retreat. They've been doing this business in another company that's not near as good as Neolife. You all probably know that already. For 6 years, about as long as Nicole and I have been building our business here in recent years. And they just did over 10 million PV last month. 10 million PV last month. 500,000 PV makes you 5 diamond in Neolife. $100,000 a month income. They made $450,000 last month. Okay. Their whole thing they teach is share on social media your story, share testimonials, create curiosity, add value on social media, whether it's gardening, you've heard me say this before, whether it's crocheting, learn something and turn around and teach it, learn something, turn around and teach it, learn something, turn around and teach it. You will attract your tribe. You into dogs? Talk about dogs. It does not have to be nutrition. In fact, arguably it could be better if it's not nutrition. Do you think that this we've got different friends. One has over 1 million followers on Instagram, and it's all about homes, home renovation stuff, right? Do you think if she all of a sudden said, anybody else struggle with energy, man? I'll tell you what, I need more energy. I'm 38 years old and blah, 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 and 3 kids, and so thankful for my, health products I found. Message me if you want to learn about it. Is she a nutrition expert? No. Does she have 1 million followers that want to follow her stories about houses? Yes. How many of those are going to message her and go, girl, tell me what you're taking? You don't have to be an expert on nutrition. If anyone tells you that, they don't know what they're talking about. If you are an expert on nutrition, awesome. If you're not, awesome. Best line you'll ever memorize is, great question. I don't know. Let me find out and get back to you. If that doesn't make you 10 foot tall and bulletproof in this business, I don't know what else will. Thank you, Chad Johnson, for that. It's the best line ever. I don't know. Great question. Let me find out and get back to you. I use it all the time. I love it. I don't have to know. I can open up for Q&A in a business Zoom, in a health talk. I don't have to know all the answers. I don't even care. Okay. Anyway, I digress.
All right, guys, I think we got the point, right? I also have to say that, even when I share my my product story, I think I need to get better at sharing the real struggles and how long I was struggling, and the amount of money I was spending on antihistamines. Like, oh my gosh. And back then I was watching television. So every commercial that would come on antihistamines, I couldn't wait to try that next antihistamine. Right. And I forget about the pain. So when I'm talking with people with allergies, that's what I should be sharing. Not, oh yeah, I took this. My allergies are under control now. I feel great. I don't have any nose anymore, but man, the journey to get there, right, is what I should be sharing, right? Just like when I had my joint pain on my knees. I mean, I remember riding the motorcycles in the wintertime, and we had these police pants that were padded on the knees because we had sidecars, and it was freezing. Like, I'm talking below zero. We're driving around in motorcycles all day. I could barely get off the motorcycle and straighten my knees, and the arthritis set in, and I couldn't do any more high impact aerobics. I had to, I couldn't exercise the way I wanted to do because my knees were really bothering me. Like, that is the pain that I forgot about, right? To share that, and then the solution, right? So, even my mom, she's pretty good actually. When I did her little video on her fingers, and she says how, she wake up in the morning and she couldn't even peel an apple. It would take her an hour to open up her fingers, right? So anyways, those are just some examples of sharing your pain with people so people can feel it, understand it, and the emotion needs to be there. That's what people get attracted to. Okay, so let me just stop sharing. And we'll go to any other feedback or tips, or I know Heather, you had some great points when we had this discussion on talking about this, and you said it was a great idea, and I remember you had mentioned something. Do you remember what we talked about? I know it was just the other day when we decided.
There's so many, but I think one of the key words, and you've already used it, it's our story is about the journey. It's our story is, where did it start? Because the people who we're meeting are at their start. They don't know about Neolife. They may be in that hopeless despair, or they might just be a little uncomfortable and thinking, well, maybe there's some way that I can feel better or whatever, or help my finances. But we have to remember that the people we're talking to are at the start. And remember where we were at the start. I mean, I had migraines so bad, they were just part of my life. It never even occurred to me that there was something I could do about them besides keep popping painkillers. And I realized that it was not going to be a good long-term solution because I was probably damaging my organs. And, I didn't know where to turn. I didn't have any hope. So that's really, people won't see that, because what they see now, the people that I'm meeting now, they know me now. This is not where my journey started. You know, I was totally different person, struggling financially, didn't have any hope in getting my dreams for the future. I couldn't hardly kneel down because my joints were breaking down, basically. Migraines, no energy, couldn't have any fun in the evening. I had no energy, you know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be that bad, but it was for me. And I have to remember that, so that it's the impact on your life, not just like, I had this, I had that, I had that, but what was the impact? What did it feel like? Right?
And then, and great, we talked a lot about product and health and that pain, but I remember when we joined the police force, you know, we're so excited about this great income, you know, stability. Oh my gosh, I was like so excited about, you know, this financial security that Jill and I were going to have. And then, you know, we realized the amount that the government took off our check. We're like, whoa, taxes, like they were taking half of our check, right? And that's kind of, you know, I was like, wow. And then when someone shared with me, you know, it doesn't have to be like that. You know, you can get some of that back. You can claim some of that back with the home-based business. I kind of opened up a little bit more to looking at the business, even though I didn't really understand the industry. So that's a lot of pain that we can share as well for some of us, right? And for Cindy, I mean, you have a powerful, powerful story, you know, being a single mom and worrying about your kids and kids' education and, you know, wanting to give them a better life, wanting to travel, experience life. And you were worried as a single mom, right?
Yeah, I did. I just remember I was actually in prayer and, you know, and just because Aaron was getting ready to go to you know, school and I wanted to be able to help them. And it just kind of, and I'd been got introduced just recently about Neolife. And of course was starting on my own health journey, but then it's like, wow, a message came that you have an opportunity, and that I had missed a lot and not taken advantage of other opportunities in my life. And so I remember saying to myself, I better not let this one go. And yeah, I mean, I was like super out of my comfort zone, ever even thinking that I would have a business.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, again, personal growth, you know, that's a big one for me as well. And just, yeah, total life changer.
And you know what, Cindy, you sharing your story, there's a lot of young moms that are single moms
Mhm.
that are struggling and wondering, right, what their future is going to look like, and where they're going to get that little extra money to, you know, to provide for their children. So that's the kind of thing that you can share your journey and how you got there, but sharing that pain. Thank you. Anybody else? Any kind of thoughts or points or anything that you're thinking about, Joe?
Yeah, I have a comment to make. So like the pain, you know, when you're doing your ID or your story, you tell them things that they're gonna say, hey, you know, she's just like me, right? That just like me, and that's the pain part, is because when after your solution, they're not just like you because they're going through, you know, they're at that point at the beginning. So it's just like me. I like saying that for your ID, and that's the pain part.
Yes.
And you know, he talks about challenge, and so I would say, lessons to learn, to grow, and having a growth mindset, right? Rather than telling people there's so many challenges, and they might think, oh boy, I don't want any challenges. You know, although life has quote unquote challenges, but if you have a growth mindset, it's lessons to learn, right? That's a more positive way of saying it, rather
Yeah,
than
right,
it's so challenging, you know.
right.
That's what sort of resonated with me. Yeah.
Lessons to learn. Yeah.
Mhm.
And moving forward in a positive tone, having an amazing solution, the amazing journey with the support, right? Of people that are on the same page that want to help. We all work together. I think that's where we have to really help people understand that, you know, we're one big, amazing, happy family that's constantly supporting, helping, guiding. You know, we have that support. Anybody else? Any other tips or points or anything you want to share, or even comments of, you know, what kind of stood out when Alan was talking? Anybody, please. This is for you guys. I want interaction. Lynn, woohoo! Thank you.
I'm late, sorry, getting on, but when I got on, Alan was talking about, and I noticed the sign in the back of me, you can't deposit excuses. Well, he's right. But anyway, on social media, I so much want to be on social media, but I just, what an excuse. I just can't do it. I'm not doing it, and I don't know why.
But do you know how? Do you know how, when?
No, that's it exactly. I joined Holly thinking that I would learn how to do it, but I didn't, or I haven't yet. And I had to finally tell her I was going to take a break from her, because all I was doing was getting her bits and pieces and not even looking at them because I didn't know what to do with them. And I'm thinking of Alan's social media, using that to teach someone. So I wrote myself a question. It's like, what do I love enough to teach someone about it? And I'm going to work on that.
Okay.
What do I love that I can share with someone?
A perfect example of that one is that one post that Joan did. Joan, do you want to share? I think you shared with us the other night, like Joan is not a social media person either, but man, when she posted that sandwich.
I noticed it too. I commented on that sandwich.
Yeah,
That is so simple.
you know, Nat is always after me. Well, she's always encouraging me to post and post. And I have to be really comfortable with what I do. Okay.
Right.
So then, you know, and it's at the back of my mind, you know, I got to do this, but I got to do something I like. And I've been thinking about things too. So it got me started. So I did the sandwich, and this girl, I don't know, most of you heard the story, right? I have an old promoter who lives in BC, and she sent me a message and said, hey, I just saw your post. I'm having problems losing weight. Because with the sandwich, I tried to teach a little bit, you know, in a very subtly, right? I said, you know, the balance of carbs and protein will help you maintain your weight, healthy weight.
Right.
So it's just a subtle, and that's my style. That's how I like doing it. And I think I want to be able to connect first. I'm not ready with just putting all those posts that, you know.
But no, that's good though. That's your style, Joan. You find your style. But the thing is, you got to be consistent.
Yeah. So
right, and that's something and it's fun, and people like food, right? So, you know, same with me. I do a lot of my recipes. You know, I do a little bit of Neolife stuff, but I get more views on my recipes and pictures of my Christmas urns, and like I got more likes on that stuff than I post on Neolife stuff. But that's okay. At least I know they're watching, right? That's awesome.
Mhm.
So when you got to get creative, and I think I don't know. I think you'll be able to do it. You could do it, girl. I know you could.
I just got some ideas right now. So yeah, that's great.
And
If
you know
I
what,
talk out loud, you'll help me.
well, Gwen, you know what else I'm thinking? Because of your diet being paleo, that's a whole field, a whole network of people. You could start maybe posting some paleo recipes and sharing why you do paleo, or, you know what I mean? And that could be another following, because there's a lot of people out there that eat paleo.
That's a great idea.
Right?
I know why I started it. I had some, well, Heather started me because
Great.
Heather did paleo. And when I saw her and I saw her results, because I didn't know she was doing anything until I saw her, it was like, what are you doing? And I had to find out about it. And I started it myself. And I
Yeah.
have to say, when we get together as our yayas, I'm the one who's saying it has to be paleo.
There you go.
And everyone else is saying, oh, maybe you could add a little of this, a little of that. And I said, sure, you can have that if you want to for yourself, but I'm not. I'm going to go paleo.
But
Right, Heather?
there's an idea, a theme
Yeah.
right there, right? So that'd be fun and that'd be easy. That's something you're comfortable with. It's not like you have to recreate anything.
And I'll make a comment on that too, not having to recreate anything. And it really ties into your story and gives you a chance to talk about your pain. You know, we've got the Healthy Living Community Group. Everybody has a testimonial. You post in that group. I think I've got 4 posts in there and I need to do some more. You invite people into the group and remember to tag them in your stories. It doesn't matter if it relates to them or not. Say, hey, I've got my stories in there. I'm going to tag you in them. Because the last member that I just signed up, she said, oh yeah, I saw your post. She read it and she's seen my post, but I didn't know. She doesn't comment on them. I don't even know. She doesn't even like them, but she's been seeing what I post. And so that's an easy way. You don't have to create new posts or new stories. Put your story in the Neolife Healthy Living Community. That is your pain. That's your story. And then tag people in it. Take people you know.
All right. So I actually, you just gave me that an idea, Heather, because my allergy testimonial is not in there. My working out is and a little bit of my joint pain, but my fatigue and my PMS and adrenal glands, that's not in there. So yeah, I'm going to recreate another video, a couple of quick little videos and post that in there. Thank you for that reminder.
And remember to put a picture, even if the picture doesn't relate directly to what you have been writing about, you know, kind of a different picture that people don't see, not necessarily a profile picture, but it's
Right.
just added interest. And, you know.
Okay. Can I give everybody a challenge then? Who is not in the group, in the
Healthy Living Group.
Healthy Living group? Does anybody not have? Joan, you don't.
I do.
Okay.
Somebody closest.
I don't think I have my testimony. Okay,
Okay, and all you have to do is write it. You've got it written out.
I put
Send
another
a
sandwich
picture.
with it.
Yeah, picture of you with your story. Okay, who else doesn't?
I don't.
Cindy, you don't have yours in the Healthy Living Community? Unmute yourself, hon.
Yeah, I haven't. I know, I keep thinking about it too, and I haven't.
Oh, see, leaders, man. Come on, guys.
Hey, let's see who does it first, Cindy. Kidding.
We probably will.
I want to see it today. I want to see it by the end of the, like after early next week. Like you've got, what's today? We've got Tuesday, we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Is that enough time? I think so, guys. I want to see it in there by next week.
You should put it in by Friday because sometimes there's a bit of delay while the
Yeah.
moderators review it, and then they'll.
They have to prove it and then they post it. Put it in before Friday.
I promise next week.
Next week, yeah, 'cause I know you're
Yeah.
But this Thursday, Donna, everybody.
Don't be first.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. When? Sorry, I said that about Thursday?
This Thursday, we're doing testimonials.
Yeah, everybody, we're doing 2. Actually, I was told it should be under 2 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. So quick, boom, boom,
Whatever
boom.
we do under 2 minutes, we can post.
Yes.
No, well, it's a group. We're doing our whole group though, right? I'm recording the
Yeah.
whole group, so.
Yeah, but after we do that, that's an exercise in itself, is to make. your
Oh, yeah,
testimonial.
then just write, yeah,
Then
you're
you've
right.
got it. Just
Yeah.
post it.
Yeah.
Post
So I think we could revisit our testimonial and add the pain. I think it'd make it a little more
Yeah.
effective, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
add the pain and then add the solution, put your picture in, very simple, okay? And Leonie, you had your hand up, yes.
Yeah, but I don't think I have never done it myself. So if you write something, when it says write something, you write on there and it doesn't come on automatically. That means goes through his. Alan has to look at it. Is that what it is?
Yeah, attach a picture. He wants you to do it from your own personal, from you personally. He doesn't want, like, me to do it for you. Like even when I sent him a testimonial, he said, oh, can you get the person to do it directly? For some reason, it comes out better when they do it that way. So yes.
No, I'm saying, so it
Yeah.
says here, write something, so I write something and then I type my picture and then, but my picture's there already, so I don't understand how that works.
You know, you have to attach a picture to your story.
You put
How
your
do you
pic,
write?
you
I
write
don't-
it,
That's just your profile picture. That's just your profile picture. You need to add,
No,
attach
no.
a picture.
My question is, so it says here, write something, so we write it there, and then when I finish it, it doesn't
You-
come out
you click
automatically.
post.
Right? He said it, is that true?
click post. When you click post, you won't see
Right.
it right away.
Okay.
It is, you click post as if you're gonna post your own, right, on your own feed. So you click post,
Right.
it just doesn't get posted right away because it has been set up by the moderators to, or the administrators to review it first.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah. All right.
Okay, awesome. That's good. So we're gonna get some new Canadians, because Alan did say that they haven't, that one company where they got, when they went to whatever it was, 10 million or whatever it was, they, you know how we're averaging like maybe 4 or 5 new posts a week in the healthy living community? They're getting like 40 or 50 a day in their healthy living community that they've created. Right? That's like huge. So we got to keep adding to that group, and it's created for us, right? It's done, it's there, they've done all the work, they do all the admin, right? It's an amazing tool. So, all right, guys. Cindy, I'm going to have you stop the recording. Thank you so much for joining, and please share this with your team. I think this is a great, one of the greater tools.